Okay, let's talk to the Maida Vale studios, the legendary Maida Vale studios. If only those walls could talk. Hey, John.
Hello, how you doing?
Hello, Johns. Both Johns are in the studio. John Newton, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Hugh.
And Johnny Healy on guitar. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Hugh.
Very good. We now know why you have got the best name in music. You're both called John, and you've been making music for how long now, John?
It's about 7 years now.
Is it right?
Yeah, so quite a long time.
And had you both been in bands with lots of members before you thought, do you know what, we don't need the others, we'll just do it with us two?
Yeah, I think I've been in bands before with more members, but I thought, we just cut out the flab.
Yeah.
Stick to what we know best.
Yeah. Can I start this session? We can't wait for this BBC Music Introducing session. We're going to hear the first song in a minute, but can I just start it with a terrible idea?
Yeah, sure thing.
I just want to throw it out there on air just to see instant reaction. So I was in Russia recently watching 90s music videos, and one of the songs on the screen was by Boys to Men.
Okay. Yeah.
You know the song End of the Road?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, and it got me thinking about you, because I knew the Maida Vale session was happening soon. It got me thinking about Slaves, about Royal Blood, about Lightning Bolt, about bands with just two blokes in them.
Okay.
And the headline is Boys. No, hang on. No, I've cocked it. I've cocked my own bad idea up. Hang on, bear with me. It goes.
I'm lost.
Yeah, I know. Hang on. The headline is Noise. Two men.
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah. I think we need to get Hugh a taxi, don't we?
All right. Let's have the first track then. John at Maida Vale for BBC Introducing today on Six Music. What are you going to play for us first?
We're going to play Future Thinker from our new album, Out Here on the Fringes.
Yes, here we go. Future Thinker on Six Music is John playing the BBC Music introducing session for Steve's show. You know, Steve's a big fan of you guys, and he's sorry he couldn't be. He's going to be gutted when he comes back next week and hears that you've been at Maida Vale without him. You know this, don't you, Johns?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really nice that he's been supporting us. So yeah, it's a shame that he can't be here, but we've got you, Hugh. That's fine with us.
Well, he can hear it. And tell us about the guest you have, the saxophonist on the session today.
So it's a friend, Chloe Harrington, who plays in lots of fantastic bands. She's played in Knife World. She's played, with lots of great bands. And we were looking for someone to kind of execute an idea that we had in our heads, and she just kind of got exactly what we wanted. So it's nice to have her in the session with us too.
Very good, very good. And you were talking about your kind of beginnings like 7 years ago. Art has always played a big part in both of your backgrounds, haven't it? Johnny, do you want to tell us a little bit about your art history?
Well, mine's not it's not as much a history as John. I studied art at school, but my background's more in building, woodwork, that kind of stuff. So using my hands, furniture restoration, guitar repairs, all that kind of stuff. That's more my background. Right,
okay. That's interesting, yeah. Kate LeBon's been learning how to build furniture recently as well. She took a year out to go and do that. Are there any similarities then, Johnny, before we talk to John about art, between making songs and making furniture?
So it's a process. You have to treat everything, in stages, and the only way to get a good result is to do everything thoroughly and don't rush anything. So it's quite a similarity between the both. I think.
Interesting. Okay, and then John, you went to the Royal College of Art, did you?
I did. Yeah, I've just finished a master's degree at the Royal College of Art, and it's played a big part in my life up until starting the band and kind of running through the time of being in the band. So I see a lot of similarities between kind of whether it's making a sculpture, a drawing, or making a song. So it's just, it's a general outlook of life, really, and all these things get folded into the songs.
And you, John, worked in a studio with another artist. Were you like an apprentice?
Pretty much, yeah. I was an assistant to an artist called Ryan Gander, and it's just, it was a great way to learn about making art and kind of all the bits in between. So it's been a big influence on the way that I write songs and continue to make kind of pieces of art, I guess.
And is your art as abrasive and as heavy as your music?
Not necessarily. I think I'm always trying to tell a story, a certain narrative, whether it be through an artwork or a song, and it's just the way that you kind of select language, whether it be visual or written or audible, the way you select that informs a viewer's response. So I think in some ways, a sculpture can be similar to a song, or a song can be similar to a sculpture.
Okay. Talking of songs, what are you going to play for us next from the second album, which is out now? Out Here on the Fringes is the record. When I was listening to this, before you introduced the song, by the way, when I was listening to this, it says John TIMESTWO.
Yeah, it's a little handle that we put on things on digital streaming services, just for people to be able to find it a bit easier.
Yeah, it's a bit easier than just searching John.
Yeah.
Who's the first other John that comes up when people look for you?
Probably Elton John.
Elton John's a big one. I know that often when we get played on the BBC, on the playlist, we often get a nice picture of Elton John pop up instead of us, which I'm absolutely fine with, to be honest.
Very good. All right, what is next then, gentlemen?
So the next song is our most current sort of single called Heidegger.
All right, it's John in session for Six Music.
It's
Hi Digger in session. It's the introducing session for Six Music. It's Hugh Stevens looking after Steve Lamacq show. John, our guests this afternoon, playing this from the new album which is out on Pet K Records. John, is that your own label, Pet K Records?
Yeah, it's a label that we set up quite early on. We just realised that we wanted a vehicle to be able to kind of put out our music, and it's grown into what I suppose is a fully functionable label. So it's quite an interesting story as well, because we named it after a pet shop near where we lived in Crystal Palace,
right,
that was closing down, and it had the saddest looking cat as a logo on the shop.
Oh, I think I know the logo, because it's a chain, isn't it? Is it?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I think it was like an
I think
independent
it's like
shop.
an indie pet shop.
I mean, yeah.
Of course it was.
They just looked very depressed. And the name of the shop being Pets Care was quite funny.
All right.
And Johnny's just got it tattooed onto his leg as well,
Yeah,
so
the cat.
he's got it with him forever.
Sad cat.
Phew.
Sad cat. Taking him with me.
We want a picture of this. You mentioned Crystal Palace there. For those of us who don't know the area that well, Crystal Palace has influenced a lot of this record lyrically, has it?
Yeah, I think just being kind of having moved out to the fringes of the city, obviously, sorry to use the title so perfectly there, we wanted to take some stories from kind of the mundanity of everyday life, experiencing things on the edges of a city, and fold them back into the song. So yeah, they're little narratives that kind of talk about maybe social or political moments within everyday living, with obviously the kind of energetic delivery of two noisy men, I guess.
Called John.
Yeah.
You toured with Idols, and you've played with McCluskey and Mets as well. And we played Life earlier on in the show, and I remember talking to Life, and they were saying quite honestly and quite emotionally, actually, they were saying how Idols really sorted them out as a band, really, just as human beings. They kind of made sure they looked after them, and they took them out on the road, and mental well-being was really important when they were on the road with Idols. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, I mean, the whole experience was incredible. I mean, it's the first time we've ever been sort of treated quite amazingly as a band like that, having a big tour and we've known them for quite a while. We've known them for maybe 5 or 6 years. So we were there before that. They sort of took off, and it was great to see how they've just really just done so well and made such amazing music in the process, and just have gained such a good following.
Yeah, that's brilliant, because I guess if you're old mates as well, and when you go and support Idols, you know that the Idols audience are going to listen to your music, because sometimes you see bands supporting other bands, you think, where's the link? But was the audience just loving every minute? Yeah,
we went down fantastically well. We've made so many friends through that connection, obviously with their very loyal fan base, the AF gang.
Yes.
So it was just an amazing thing to do, and obviously to be able to do that day in, day out for a month throughout lots of cities that maybe we wouldn't have managed to get to so easily. It's just expanded our horizons, really. And it set this album campaign up really, really nicely.
Did you sell a lot of merch?
Yeah, I mean,
not compared to them, but
they're really,
for us, it was great.
Their fan base really love their merch, and we're very appreciative that helped fuel us round Europe.
And how was your own headline tour, which you played earlier this month, wasn't it? 9th till the 19th of October. What, just finished?
Yeah, Saturday just been was the last show in Margate.
Right.
It was great. I mean, we sold out a lot of shows, and all of them were pretty much sold out. And we met some really nice people along the way, and again sold a load of merch, and we just had a really good time. The crowds were very fun, and just quite wild as well, which was good.
Very good. And you got some Northern Irish dates in the calendar next, right?
Yeah, all over Ireland.
Oh, very good.
So yeah, that's the first time we've ever visited over there.
Good.
So I'm really, really looking forward personally to seeing the country.
Yeah.
And and play to some full rooms. So I know that Belfast has just sold out today, so it bodes well for heading over there.
Very good. And also you'll be in London at the Colours Hoxton venue on the 13th of November, it says here, for the Great Escape's first 50, which is like their pre-Great Escape do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really exciting. It means that we're obviously playing the full festival in May. And yeah, it's exciting to be part of that first announcement for something that is, really lauded as a place for new music to be kind of experienced and found.
Yeah, good. I can't wait to see you there. And before you play the final song for us this afternoon, tell us about the Maida Vale experience today. Was it how you expected it to be? Had anyone told you about Maida Vale?
We kind of, expecting it was going to be a very special place, but as soon as you walk into one of those rooms with the high ceilings and you realise it's just two of you, it seemed pretty special, and it was really, a really nice day for us to be able to, come here and record our music in such a sort of,
prestigious place.
It's really special for us.
I'm actually cheating because I've been to another band session here.
Have you?
In this very room?
Who did you come to see?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Coming to watch, I think it was a band called Fighting with Wire.
Oh yeah, from Northern Ireland.
Who were friends from a while back.
I remember. Was that session for my old show on Radio 1?
I have a feeling it was with you, Hugh.
I think it was.
I didn't get a chance to introduce myself, but this is pre-John, so
right. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have been interested, to be honest.
No. You have to, yeah.
Oh, very good. Well, we're glad you had a brilliant time. Next time you come back, you'll have to play with the orchestra in the big room. In fact, that would be good, wouldn't it? Idols, Life, John with an orchestra at Maida Vale. We
Perfect.
can
sort it out.
Yeah, we can sort this out when Steve's back. Thank you for playing for us this afternoon, and best of luck with the new album out here on the Fringes. It's out now, and you're going to play the title track for us now, I think.
Yes,
we
are.
That's correct. Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to John for playing the session for us and to introducing, for making it happen as well at the Maida Vale studios tonight on 6 Music. DA says, sounding massive. JSL, hello to you, says, I saw John supporting Idols at Le Bataclan last December. Epic night. Thank you for that one. And Rob says, I've never heard John before. I didn't know what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this, and has gone all in on the hashtag. If you are looking for them online, it's John TIMESTWO. Thank you so much to them for playing for us on the show this week.